So that's a nice $20 million that have been pledged by the group of G7 countries toward fighting the wildfires, not just here in Brazil, but also neighboring countries in this incredibly vast Amazon rainforest. The problem with that money, though, and with that pledge, is that the Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro, doesn't necessarily agree with getting that money. Take a listen here to the Brazilian president.
Do you think someone helps someone else to not be poor without something in return? Why do they have their eye on the Amazon? What do they want there?
So there appears not to have been any coordination necessarily between international leaders at the G7 and the Brazilian government here. And that relationship is very tense right now, because remember that European leaders pretty much have publicly said that they see Bolsonaro as being maybe the main man responsible for these wildfires starting in the first place. They believe he simply hasn't done enough to criticize deforestation and has said too many times that these types of wildfires are a normal thing to happen in the Amazon rainforest. In the meantime, though, this government is taking some measures to combat those wildfires, but very limited measures, because the Brazilian government had promised 44,000 troops that could be deployed to fight those fires. But from what we know at this point, only 700 have actually been used in one very small area. That, of course, will not be enough to get these fires under control. And one thing has to be said as well. There are so many fires and they are so common here that there simply is no way of getting them all under control, and certainly not even with mass help from the Brazilian military. Philip Crowther for CGTN in Manaus, Brazil.